Hey guys, it's Viejo, and it is the second week, the beginning of the second week of December in 2023. Pleasant day here on the central coast of California. I've got 64 degrees in the garage right now. It's late in the afternoon, but we had a nice clear and calm day. Got up into the high 60s, was about as good as it did today. What I want to show you today is we've been talking about this lock and load system for our powder measures. If you follow CW, you saw that he had been working on an idea, as had I, and we exchanged information, and he had fabricated up a couple of test units that he sent me to see whether I liked them or not. And in the meantime, kind of both simultaneously, we found a fellow on eBay who had lock and load brackets already made up. They're 3D printed, and I thought, oh man. In fact, it was Michael Dunn, one of our good friends and subscribers, who first suggested that idea when I was originally talking about this thing. And he said, hey, you know, it sounds like a good 3D printing project. And I thought, yeah, I think you're right, Michael. But maybe someone's already invented that wheel. So went ahead and looked on eBay, and sure enough, we found this fellow. The ones he showed, he actually has several styles, and I found one that I liked. They were in red plastic. I got a hold of him and said, hey, can you do other colors? He said, yeah, what do you want? I said, I prefer to have them in green. And he said, okay, fine, what shade of green? He gave me like 3 choices. So anyway, I had him go ahead and make some up. They're relatively inexpensive. I bought 6 of them, 5 that I mounted to a rack that I'm going to show you, and 1 that I have is just off frame here, mounted kind of on the edge of my bench as sort of a temporary holding spot. So let me show you what I did, and we'll see if maybe it gives you guys an idea of something you may want to do someday. All right, so first of all, this is Hornady's stand that they make specifically for their powder measure with a lock and load bushing on it. And if you use the lock and load AP press, you know all about that. This is obviously an RCBS powder measure on there, the little dandy. One of the things that I did not like about this little stand is that it's very low, and you know, the vertical arm here is pretty short. It's fine when I'm working from a seated position, but too low when I'm standing, because you can't see the tray going up underneath there. So I got to thinking about that. Am I going to build something? Oh, no, wait a minute. I already got something. And so what I've been doing with that is I have one of Inline Fabrications stands. This is their tall one. And I use this actually over here on the other bench when I'm using my lubricizer. It mounts up to this, okay? And I do that so that I've got a place to put that on this other metal bench over here, and the arm and stuff will clear. So anyway, that solved that problem, but I really got to liking the idea of the lock and load powder measure, and I've got several. Okay, so let's get the rack out that I made. Oh, incidentally, I'd mentioned that I had one sitting over here. Okay, so this is the bracket that this fella made. All right, I mounted one of them here. Of the 6 that I bought, one is here. So just as a temporary holding spot if I'm switching powder measures in and out. All right, so here's the stand that I made. Okay, got room for 2 on one side and 3 on this. And all of those guys now have the lock and load bushings in it. And these bush holders here are fairly snug. You know, these things, they're not going to fall out of there. The guy did a good job. In fact, they're so snug that a couple of them are a little bit tighter than others, and that may be the bushings that I've got them mounted in. I'm not sure. But anyway, this piece of walnut, this is actually the second attempt at this. The first one, holy moly, what a disaster. I just destroyed about, you know, $15 worth of walnut on my first try. But this one ended up okay. It's going to work. You know, I got little feet down there under it. So normally this is going to live right over there. Okay, kind of on the other side of where you see those Ryobi tools, there's a blank spot against the wall. So this whole unit will slip over there and it'll have everything all together and yet be out of the way until I need the powder measure. And I've got several here just because they've accumulated. That's when I had my Hornady Lock and Load AP, that is the powder measure that came with that, and I converted that to be a manual measure. I built an arm for it. Okay, so and I've got one set up with the larger diameter cylinder in there, the rotor. Okay, and then we got one spot here for the little dandy to live there if I want to put it in there also. Or who knows, maybe I'll end up with another powder measure. I have no idea why. I ought to get rid of one of these, I guess. But anyway, there it is. Okay, I like these. It's a good solution for mounting your powder measure. If you want to come up with something like that Hornady stand to use them on. All right, there you go. Maybe that'll give you an idea for a project of your own sometime. As I said, I really like the lock and load system for the powder measure. Boy, if you use multiple powder measures like that, it's really a handy way to go. But anyway, let's bring this one to a close. So from the Viejo bench, for now, that's all she wrote.